Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I have just been to Milan. I have always wanted to go since I was a child, and obviously being huge in fashion, obviously it's like one of the capitals of fashion. It's just something that I've always wanted to see, and lucky enough actually we did go last week and not this week because it is Milan Fashion Week, so it would have been ridiculously busy. But yes, and obviously James has never been either, so we thought, why not, let's just go to Milan. So I did have a different idea for this video, and I was going to do it as I was filming, as I was going along, and just being like, this is my outfit of the day, blah blah blah, this is where it's from. But I pretty much had a bit of a digital detox, and I wasn't spending a lot of time on my phone, and I didn't want to spend all the trip pretty much filming, and just actually enjoy myself and take that time to spend it with James and just fully immerse myself into a new country, new culture. So that's why I didn't actually end up filming. So I thought I would do this video a little bit different and just run through what I wore, what I took with me, because I know city breaks can be quite hard to take, well, quite hard to pack for, because you're limited with weight limit and space in a little tiny cabin bag. So yeah, I thought I would do the video this way instead. So with Milan, the weather forecast kept changing so much in the last couple of weeks before we went. It was supposed to be 30 degrees, pure sunshine, and then all of a sudden, a few days before we were meant to fly out, it changed to about 27 degrees and thunderstorms the whole entire time. And I was thinking, what do you pack for heat and thunderstorms? Because you want to be covered, but then you also don't want to be sweating so much, obviously from the temperature. So I think I did quite well in what I took with me, and I ended up wearing actually everything that I took with me, which I am so happy about, because I hate taking extra things with me that I just don't ever get my wear out of them, because also then it's just a waste of weight limit as well. So yeah, I am very happy that I did that. I actually kept it to a minimum of what I took, so I had quite a minimal capsule wardrobe that I knew that I could wear different things with it, for different occasions obviously. So I actually ended up creating a minimal capsule wardrobe just for the 4 days. This made my life so much easier because I knew what could go with what. I didn't plan outfits as such, I just took different pieces and kept it very basic, just so I knew that I could pair different things with different clothes and that I could make so many different outfits from them. I thought I would start off with kind of jackets and what I took. I didn't want to go full on take my rain jacket, because one thing, yes, it is practical, but it's not very stylish, if I say so myself, but I can also get quite hot in it. So I didn't want to go full on practical for rain, because you never know, the weather might change. So I decided to take my trench coat instead. I travelled in this as well because the weather was actually quite nice when we left England, which was a rare occasion. But I wasn't entirely sure what the weather was going to be like when we got there, and we didn't actually get to Milan, we didn't get to our hotel until about 8 o'clock at night, because our plane ended up being delayed. But I thought, with a trench coat, sometimes I get quite cold on the plane as well, so I thought let's take that, and it's my heaviest piece as well, so I didn't want to put that in my suitcase, because obviously it takes up so much weight limit and takes up so much space. So definitely travelling a trench coat is probably my number one tip, is obviously taking your heaviest item, travelling in that, so then it doesn't take up too much space. Trench coat came in very handy that day. So yeah, so obviously if it does rain, at least I've got some sort of protection as well. I did also take a cream jacket with me from Zara. I think I got it last season, I want to say. It's quite a lightweight jacket, it's like that woven material. I kind of wanted to keep my outfits a bit lighter, like I didn't want to go too full on autumnal because we are technically still in summer, and if it is quite warm I didn't want to go full on dark wardrobe just yet. So I thought I'd take my cream jacket with me just to keep things light. So yeah, so even if I did want to take it off, if it did get too warm, then I could just carry it. It's not too much of a bother at all. But yeah, I can put so many different items with this as well, so that was definitely something that came in handy. And I also took a cardigan as well, so this is my striped cardigan. I think I wear this cardigan, this is from Mint Velvet, but I think I've worn this cardigan to death over the summer. I just absolutely love the cardigan, and it just goes with so much as well. So yeah, so even if you wanted to wear the cardigan, if it was a bit fresh in the morning, you could just put it on, or you know, if you're walking around and you got a bit too hot, you could put it over your shoulders. And also I like the fact as well that I like to just roll up my sleeves just to get that bit of like coolness as well. So yeah, a cardigan is probably one of my best investments, I think, for this trip, and probably for all of summer as well, just to have that lightweight layer over your outfit, just so you're not too hot, and if it's like, obviously like I said, if it's a bit fresh, you've got something just to cover you. So yeah, that was definitely one of my best things that I took. I apologise if you can hear the rain, it is absolutely chucking it down outside. So yeah, definitely changed in weather over here in England. And then my trousers, so I ended up actually only taking one pair of trousers. So my original idea is that I wanted to take all dresses because the weather was supposed to be 30 degrees and that's all I wanted to take. And then obviously when it changed to thunderstorms, I thought it's best to be safe that I take some trousers so that my legs are covered, I won't get wet. So yeah, that was my thinking behind actually taking trousers rather than taking all dresses, risking it, and then if it does thunderstorm the whole time, I'm not going to get wet and cold and miserable. So yeah, so I took these blue trousers with me. These are from River Island, but I got them years ago, but I absolutely love these trousers. They are one of my go-tos when it comes to the summer. They're nice and light, they're such a beautiful colour, which I absolutely love, and pairing it with like white items as well just makes the outfit look really fresh and really crisp, and yeah, it's something different compared to your standard neutrals. It adds a little bit extra to it. So yeah, I took these with me, and they go well with like sandals or trainers or you know, anything like that. So yeah, so we went to Lake Como on the first day, our first full day. We went to Lake Como, I got the train over there and then got the ferry over to Bellagio. So these were quite nice actually, in the fact that obviously when you get on the ferry it's very windy, and where it has rained there was quite a lot of like, I don't know how you explain it, it's not like debris. I mean like when the rain comes like off of the ferry and the wind, and I don't know what it's called. I'm very bad at explaining things. These came in very handy, and pairing it with like a white top and my cream jacket for the daytime, it just felt quite fresh, and also wearing my trainers, it didn't feel too heavy. So I ideally in my mind I wanted to wear a dress when I went to Lake Como, but I wasn't entirely sure what the weather was going to be like, so these were the next best thing. I also took a pair of black trousers with me. I travelled in these trousers. These are from River Island as well. I love getting my trousers from River Island. They just fit me so well. But I got these from quite a few years ago, but I'm sure that they do black trousers even now. But yeah, so I got these wide leg trousers. I travelled in these as well because they're so comfortable, and I always feel like my black trousers are just my go-to when I go onto city breaks. They are so versatile that they will just go with anything, and even like down to your shoes. Like you can wear trainers, you can wear boots if you're going on like a more of a colder break, sandals. They just literally go with anything and everything. So if there's one thing that I would always pack with me on a city break, and that would be a pair of black trousers. So that's one of my tips for you. So I travelled in these ones, and I also wore them as well, like with this waistcoat on the third day, well the second full day, just to walk around in. But yeah, I love these, and I put like a little black belt with them as well, just to give that like extra gold detail, just to zhuzh it up a little bit. I do love these trousers. Yeah, they are perfect for a city break. Definitely perfect for a city break. So yeah, that was the only bottoms I actually took, was a pair of trousers, and the ones I was travelling with. When I say I kept it minimal, I definitely kept it minimal. And when it came to tops, I just kept them quite basic. I just took vest tops. That was it. I thought if I was going to layer, then at least it gives me some breathing space, and I hopefully won't get too hot, because obviously if it was meant to thunderstorm but it was still like 26 degrees, I didn't want to be walking around in long sleeve tops or anything like that, because otherwise I'm just going to overheat. So I thought vest tops was probably the best option to go. So I got I took a white one and I took a black one, but I travelled in the black one, so I kind of just kept my outfit very simple and minimal, and just went all black with my trench coat and my trainers, and I was done. I travelled obviously in that top, and then I took a white vest top which can go with both trousers so easily. Yeah, definitely a white top is probably the best option that you can have when it comes to travelling, or even just like white t-shirts, anything like that. I feel like they're great basics to have in your wardrobe, and that can go with so many different items. It's unreal. So yeah, definitely a white tank top is probably one of the best things to have. I also took this white waistcoat with me. I became obsessed with this waistcoat. It was from Phase 8. I'm not sure if they still do it, but I had like the matching waistcoat with the shorts, but I absolutely loved it. So I thought I'd take it with me to Milan. I kind of felt like, because Milan is a fashion city, it was almost like a little bit of added pressure into how well you dress. But I thought taking a waistcoat just kind of adds that little bit zhuzh to your outfit, just gives you that little bit extra rather than just wearing just a basic tee. So I thought I'd take this, and I wore this with my black trousers when we walked around Milan. So the start of the day was actually quite cool and fresh, and as soon as we started walking it got unbelievably hot. So I was wearing these, obviously the black trousers with trainers, and I could just feel like the sweat dripping off me. So I decided to go back to the hotel, and I changed into my blue trousers, and I took these sandals and like brown tan sandals and this tan bag with me, and I felt so much cooler. I think just having nothing on my feet, like in terms of having my feet closed off, I felt a lot cooler. So yeah, it was nice though, because the fact is that I took that option of wearing some sandals just in case it did get very hot, and obviously it did, so it's nice to always have that option. Moving on to actually accessories, obviously I took my trainers my heaviest part as well, so I wore them, didn't want to put them in my suitcase. So yeah, so I took those with me because we did so much walking, it was unreal. So definitely trainers, you always want a nice pair of comfy shoes wherever you go to any city break, because you just can end up walking for hours and hours and hours, and that's what we ended up doing. We had very, very sore feet at the end of it, but it was nice to have that option of having comfy shoes that you're not going to have blisters or your feet are not going to, you know, fall off. Bit dramatic, but you know what I mean. So I had those, and then I also took these sandals from Zara. So I had them in a tan colour because again I kind of wanted to keep the outfits light. I didn't want to go full on dark when it was just not necessary to be that dark yet, when we are still in summer technically. So yeah, so I took these sandals with me, which I thought I could wear also at night time, just walking around, because their nights over in Milan was still very warm, which was quite nice in a way actually, because you didn't really need a jacket or anything like that. So that's why I took my sandals with me. And I also wanted to take the brown tanned bag, whatever it is, from Marks and Spencer's. I took that with me, so it just kind of matched, so I kept that balance with my outfit so that it still matched my sandals. But yeah, and obviously had it as a crossbody because I like to keep it in front of me anyway. And I also travelled in my black Kate Spade bag. It took everything, so I took an umbrella with me as well, just in case, but it carried my passport, it carried my purse, my phone, my keys, it had everything in it. So yeah, so I wore this quite a lot across the whole of the trip as well. That was a very good thing to have, and I also slightly felt very fashionable in the sense that I was wearing a designer handbag, and obviously there were so many designer shops around Milan. Obviously there are more high-end designer shops around Milan. So yeah, so I kind of felt a little bit part of it, fitted in a little bit. So yeah, definitely having my Kate Spade, but I felt quite fashionable in that sense. And then also, oh I forgot, I did actually take a dress with me. I bought this one from COS actually just before we flew out, and it's 100% cotton, and I thought it would be great and breezy for if it does get very warm, so I thought I'd take it just in case. And I actually ended up wearing it on the last day. I paired it with a pair of trainers as well because we did quite a lot of walking. Our flight wasn't until a little bit later in the evening, so we thought we'd just explore a bit more, have a little wander. We ended up walking, I think, probably the whole of Milan. By the time we got back to the hotel to get the train back to the airport, so the trainers were definitely handy. Black dress actually came in very handy, and I'm so glad I actually got to wear it. Because I'm not entirely sure whether I get to wear it again back home, but it will come in handy for future holidays. But yeah, so I also brought this cardigan from H&M whilst I was out there. I've seen it everywhere on Instagram and I couldn't find it anywhere online, but when I walked in to H&M I saw it there and I was like, I have got to have this. So I ended up putting it actually over my black dress just for the morning because it was a lot fresher, and I ended up taking it off obviously like in the afternoon because it got very hot, but it was nice to have that extra layer over it, over the dress, and I just think it looked so nice together. I didn't plan it obviously because I didn't plan to buy a cardigan whilst I was out there, but yeah, I really ended up actually liking the outfit. So that was another layer I ended up having with me that I took. But yeah, I'm glad I saw that in H&M and I just had to have it. A purchase that I probably shouldn't have made, but hey ho, whilst you're in Milan you got to do a little bit of shopping, no? That was actually everything I took. Oh, jewellery wise actually I kept it very minimal. I just had my rings with me, like actually these rings, they're from Pandora. So I just had that, and I just had a little necklace. I didn't want to wear too much jewellery, and I don't like travelling in so much jewellery either. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to keep it a bit minimal, to be fair. I you know, totally supportive if you want to take loads of jewellery, because actually it changes an outfit so much. Like, you could keep your outfits so basic, so minimal, but you could change your accessories and it can just completely change your whole entire outfit. So I always say actually about investing into more accessories, because it can completely change your outfit from day to night. Like, even if you took, like, I don't know, curled your hair with heatless curlers, or you put a red lipstick on, or anything like that, it completely changes the dynamic of an outfit. So yeah, I always like to take a little bit more of accessories with my outfit in my suitcase. So yeah, so that was pretty much all I took. There wasn't a lot there, if I'm being honest, but I felt good and I had so many different options as well, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, so I kind of hope this gives you like a little bit of inspiration for if you're going on a city break yourself, because I know it can be quite hard to try and pack for like a good few days when you've only got minimal space and minimal limitation of your weight. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, if you're going on a trip very soon, I really hope you enjoy it and you have the best time ever. And yeah, so I will see you in the next video. Bye.